So I was watching some YouTube videos earlier today on some of the new cameras that have just come out. And that kind of got me thinking, would I buy the Osmo Pocket 3 in July of 2025? I'm not so sure that I would. But I am also not so sure that I would have bought the kit that I bought back even 4 months before the tariff. I don't want to get into that a little bit. You can make up your own mind on which camera you want to buy. So within the Creator Combo, you get this magnetic charging case or base. I don't use it, to be honest. I think the battery life's really good. So maybe if you're like vlogging all day, but it has such a good quick charge system, and I'm not really using it for, I don't know, more than 30 minutes to an hour at a time, that I don't really think it's necessary. The next piece is this attachment piece. I did a review on my KNF Concept one that lives on the camera, so this just sits in a bag. The little mini tripod, good in theory, but once your camera falls off a table, you kind of stop using it, which I did, so I no longer use it. The mic, which I use, the windsock or dead cat, which I use, the external case, which I use. I think it came with the regular kit as well. This is extra. And then the wide angle lens, which I use. And then all of that fits nicely into this little bag, which I don't use because it won't fit with my cover on it. So this kind of gets me to where I want to go with this video. And that is, if you want to be able to grow, I guess, in your photography, in your videography, maybe even with the mic system, I probably wouldn't buy the Creator Combo. I would stick with just the plain standalone unit and then buy a mic system separately. And I say that because for me, I ended up buying the Creator Combo really because I wanted the mic. But then I found out I couldn't connect the mic via Bluetooth to my computer. I couldn't connect the mic via Bluetooth to my phone without having this piece, this mic RX piece. And I ended up buying this refurbished off of DJI's website. And I think it was around 80 to 100 bucks. And then I also ended up buying the charging case because, you know, I didn't really just want another DJI bag. So you can put your microphones in here. The little receiving unit goes in just like that. And then it has this nice little light bar that tells you the battery power. And this I also bought refurbished for around 80 bucks. So let's round up. Let's say I'm at $200 for this system. And then, because I was like, well, I'd like to use it on my Sony cameras, wouldn't that be nice to get multiple purpose? I ended up picking up this little piece here, which I think is like $40, totally worth it. And this will make my Sony camera the same as this DJI mic to this Osmo DJI Pocket 3. Seamless and integrated. And then it also, because I bought the magnetic case, came with this nice little bag. So let's talk some numbers here. So I ended up paying about 200 bucks for this system. That does not include 2 mics or the 2 adapters that go with the camera. Now, this unit, if you would have bought the actual kit, right now retails for $350. And maybe it was cheaper prior to the tariffs, but right now it's 350 bucks. You can find the system used right now for sub $300 from Adorama, or you could probably go buy it off eBay for a little bit cheaper than that. And then we have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. Right now, it's going for $950, which is insane because, to be honest, it's not worth $950. If I could spend or buy something for $950, it would probably be a Sony ZV-E10. Maybe I'd splurge and get a A6700. Maybe I'd buy the new PowerShot V1. That's like the new, cool vlogging camera that was supposed to replace the G7X Mark III. But basically what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of cameras that you can buy within that $1,000 price point. So that's my little sidebar. If you're actually thinking about this combo, and remember, this is like my 3rd camera, and I have 4 cameras, so this is my 3rd camera. Yeah, it's a lot of money. This would not be my first camera. Like, I can't take this thing outside, I feel like, because, it's not waterproof. Like, who knows how it will handle moisture. I can't take it in the snow. You can't do any sort of I just feel like it's so fragile that half the time I'm scared to take it out of my bag. Half the time I'm scared to put it back into the case. And I even bought the mic, not into the mic, but the DJI protective combo kit, whatever. Probably waste of money, but fell off my table and it didn't break, and I was like, it's a sign, I should probably buy it. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of cameras within that $1,000 price point that I would really consider before purchasing this, unless you have a very specific need. And for me, it filled a gap. It wasn't $950, that's for sure. So, but basically what I'm trying to say is that if you think that maybe you would like to expand upon what you're doing for video, maybe you want to grow your audio, you know, do interviews, maybe record, like for me, like a car, like the exhaust, and maybe the inside, right, the shifting, all the things that are happening inside the cab, that would be 2 mics, or just, I guess, yeah, just have the option to hook it up to a camera and not always be so limited to just the Pocket 3. I would probably buy just the standalone Pocket 3, and I'll put the pricing down in the description, and then we can actually see if it makes sense, but at least in my mind, I probably should have, you know, separated them out. So, I don't know. You guys got to make your own decision. If you're watching this video, you're still probably thinking about the Osmo Pocket 3, and there is something to be said for, like, you want what you want. It's popular, it's good, it's got a nice sensor, it does great video, awesome, you know, image stabilization. You know, I have a special mount that can go on my car to get some really cool cinematic rollers. Like, it's a really cool camera, but I just, again, $950. That's a lot of money. So, and again, if you end up wanting to expand your mic system, like, now you're in for, what, 12? like $1,200. It's a lot of money. So good luck with your decision, and I hope you found this helpful.